Okay, we are now recording. Excellent. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Tracy DeMario, and I'm the Superstar Director for the Scented Bliss family. And I'm so glad that you guys are joining us live. And if you can't, good news, because we're recording it for your team members that couldn't join us, or for some reason you have to get off early. I just wanted to kick it off with some general announcements to make sure all of you guys are in the know and that you guys are ready for a fantastic April. So these are kind of in some random order because I just made some notes here. But first of all, hopefully all of you guys are already aware and have been promoting the NFL and NHL pre-orders. So those pre-orders are available now for you guys to be sharing with your customers. And even if you shared it once or twice, don't let that discourage you from sharing it again, because each time I've shared it, I've had someone else message me that they want one. So sometimes they miss it the first time, or life gets busy, or they thought they did, or whatever. So make sure that you're sharing that out. Also, something to keep in mind that we discussed briefly on Happy Hour is that even though it's a pre-order and they give us a time span that you can place your pre-orders, it is not guaranteed that there will still be availability throughout that duration of a time span. So they speculate that during, for example, a 7 to 10 day period, that you can take pre-orders and that they will be fine to collect them. But in teeny tiny fine print, it does state that it is possible that they may have to turn them off at some point. And the reason being is because they can't, if they got so many thousands and thousands and thousands of orders and they were making them in the year 2022 and could not make any catalog products for us, obviously that would not be good for business. So they do have to gauge it based on the pre-order situation. So just know, typically it's not an issue. I can only think of maybe once, maybe 2 times that something ran short. But you want to be encouraging your customers, or if you personally are placing pre-orders for yourself, make sure you're doing them as soon as you possibly can. So I wanted to go over that. Okay, next, who's excited and already registered for the Scentsy Family Reunion virtual event? Hopefully all of you guys, hopefully. And if you haven't yet, payday is happening soon. And so I hope that you'll make it a priority to register. You do so under the event tab on your workstation. And regardless if you're a brand new consultant or you've been around forever, you absolutely positively want to register, or you're going to be so bummed when you see all the excitement and the fun that we're having watching the breakout sessions and participating in the live virtual event. So make sure that you guys register. If you have team members that haven't registered, be encouraging them, because again, this event is for everyone, regardless of rank, title, how long you've been a consultant. Everyone benefits from participating from Scentsy Family Reunion. So we'll be sending out lots of reminders on that as well. How many of you guys, I saw this today and did mine, how many of you guys have edited your newsletters? Anyone? So just in case you guys did not know, every month Scentsy sends out an e-newsletter to everyone. You have an email address listed in your contacts, and if you clicked the box to add them as a newsletter subscriber, and you can go in and edit that, and like, so you can personalize something above it, or if you're having a personal special, or if you want to bring attention to something or share some information about your family, whatever you might want to do. So that is something you can be doing right now. Another thing, which I am super excited about, and I've already taken some pre-orders for, is the new Warmer of the Month. Oh my goodness, you guys, this one is fantastic. It was already in some of our other regions. It did extremely well. And when those of us in region 1 here in the US and Canada and Mexico saw it, we were like, we have to have it. So we begged, we cried, we stomped up and down, and Scentsy listened. So that's our new Warmer of the Month for May. You can enroll now to subscribe in the Warmer or the Scent of the Month. Keep in mind, again, although this has only happened a couple of times, those subscriptions can sell out. They pre-kit them, okay? So they're pre-made up. And so when they're done, they're done. All of the time's been allocated, all of the warmers, everything, it's already all done. So make sure that you get your Warmer of the Month or Scent of the Month subscription taken care of on the account tab of your workstation if you have not already. If you constantly stay enrolled, you don't have to worry about it. That's how I am. Like, I just leave mine enrolled. But if you don't, or you're newer and have never done it before, go to the account tab of your workstation. Mother's Day, guess what? Mother's Day is going to be happening in May, like it does every single year. So if you have a mother, someone that's special to you, an aunt, a sister, or even yourself, treat yourself to some of our Mother's Day collection products. If you've never tried the scrub, you're totally missing out. You absolutely must make yourself. Men, women, everyone needs to have used the scrub because it really is that good. And another little thing that I know works well for some of you guys, if you've got friends, brothers, brother-in-laws, co-workers that happen to be men, remind them you can help shop Mother's Day for them. Make it super simple and easy for them to make their purchases for the women in their life. So I wanted to remind you of that. And I was so excited. We had our first Active in April drawing. It took place on April the 5th. So we've already had 2 winners, but the Active in April drawings are going to happen the entire month. So whether you got active for that one, or you get active by the 10th, which is our next drawing, or there's PRV, there's a PRV drawing as well. So there's 2 ways, like every, I think 5 days, I don't remember the dates, I don't have it memorized, that you have to enter if you want to be in the drawing. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, good news. You can go to the Scented Bliss family group, go to the announcement post, and there's an image that shows you the drawing dates, what you have to do to qualify to be in those drawings. And then in that post, there's a link that you click on for a Google form. You'll want to fill out that Google form each and every time you are eligible and you've qualified for one of the drawings. So make sure you guys are doing that. Help your teammates stay up on it. So that's really important because I want all you guys to have the opportunities to win the prizes throughout the month. Kimber, great reminder. Kimber is having a booking blitz on April the 19th. If you've never participated in a booking blitz, this is the best way to do it with others. Go to the event section of the Scented Bliss family group, register that you're going, and stay there, and you guys can do the booking blitz together. If you've done booking blitz before, then you know they work. They always work. If you truly do them, they are effective. So make sure that you join Kimber and you do that. And last but not least, I'm sure all of you guys that are listening and or are with us tonight have already done this and do this every single month. But just in case some of you guys have had a moment like I occasionally do have and you forgot, we do have monthly announcement posts in the Scented Bliss family group. One of which is all the news and information that takes place throughout the month. Anything that's really important that you as a business owner, as a Scentsy consultant need to know, it's going to be posted there. But the only way you're going to see that information is if you turn on the notifications for that post. So every single month, you want to make it a priority at the first of the month to go to announcements, go to the actual post. There's 3 little dots beside it. Click on the dots, and it will ask you if you want to turn on notifications. Now, I've turned off commenting on that post, so you're not going to get dinged all the time, constantly. The only notifications you will get is when I post something that's new and important information related to your business. So you want to make it a priority to always turn that on. That's going to help you guys that have other jobs, commitments, family, friend, things happening that you cannot just live, eat, breathe, sleep, Scentsy. Because I know the majority of humans cannot do that. That's okay. We've got your back. We're here to help you. So check the announcement posts, turn on the notifications for those posts each and every month. If you haven't done that, as soon as we get done with our Zoom, make yourself a sticky and go do that. Okay, so tonight what we want to talk about, and I've asked Jackie Duran, one of our fabulous star directors, to come on and train with us tonight. What I have noticed significantly is that since we've had this hypergrowth, that we at one point initially in hypergrowth, we were having some challenges with our catalog products. As a company, we've introduced a lot of LTOs or limited time offerings, and Scentsy has done anything and everything in their power to make sure that every single month, regardless of what's been happening in the universe, that our businesses are strong and successful. Now, we as consultants have to do our part to make sure that our businesses are strong and successful. They're giving us the products. They're doing their piece. We have to do ours. So I've asked Jackie to present tonight and to train you guys up on how can you consistently be active? How can you consistently do 500 PRV or more each and every single month, given the state of the universe? So Jackie, I'm going to pass it over to you now.
Thank you. And I do want to say, I don't know, I know a couple people, I believe Amber, I know I remember seeing Amber last night, but on one of the um, weekly meetings, Zoom calls, whatever you want to call them now, with a lot of the SSDs, there was a very special guest that spoke to a lot of us, and it was Mary Christensen. And I know, Tracy, okay, hello. I was introduced to Mary Christensen by Tracy when I initially joined Scentsy, and let me tell you, everything that that woman says is gold. She has amazing books on Amazon. If you're a reader, you can probably even get them on Kindle if you want to read them that way. But lots of great information. And I'm normally a digital person, and I even ran out of space on my digital notepad that I was in. And I was in such a state of panic. I grabbed paper and I just started scribbling because everything was gold. So I wanted to start off tonight by sharing one of her quotes. So you may have seen it. But one of her quotes that she shared last night was, "The only security you have is your own business." And that one really kind of struck a chord with me, because I think as we um, have our Scentsy businesses, right, and we start to grow and we're adding a team member and maybe adding more, right, and we start to kind of put those leader hats on, that sometimes a lot of our focus goes towards helping and training and everything else. And I know I myself, throughout my journey, I've had moments where I've just focused so much on others that I've neglected my own business. And at the end of the day, it's my own business that keeps me in business, right? Because you guys know this as well as I do, that you can have 500 team members, but if nobody is working, then nobody's getting paid, right? So we have to pay attention to our business. So I thought that was a really just on time quote. I mean, obviously, Mary Christensen, all of her things are on time. Um, but that was definitely something that I wanted to share with you guys, because it just struck that chord with me. So, like Tracy said, we're going to talk tonight about how we can be consistent in sales in our own business, because that's really the good foundation that we want to have. So, sales, obviously, it's a major part, right? Hi, I joined Scentsy. I'm an independent Scentsy consultant, and yes, I sell products. Is anybody else proud to say that? Does anybody else feel nervous if they tell people that they're a salesperson for a direct sales company or things like that? Hi, I would be the poster child for that. And I know that in the, I guess it was now the last Scentsy family reunion we had in person, which was in Austin, Texas. I remember being in one of the breakout sessions with Callie Terra. Um, I mean, I love her and her mom, but they had shared that one thing that we tend to do is we tend to have that icky feeling when it comes to sales. And I know I have that problem, and I have to shake myself out of that from time to time. But you're like, oh, I don't want to feel salesy. I don't want to look like I'm being salesy or asking for sales. Guys, at the end of the day, that's what we're doing, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. It just so happens that you may just have a bad taste in your mouth, either from a bad experience or from other people in direct sales who have maybe kind of cast a gray cloud on direct sales, right? So we're here to do the total opposite. We're here to show people that it's okay to own your own business. And another thing that Mary Christensen shared, which kind of goes off of what Tracy was talking about with hypergrowth, right? We're now 1 year in with hypergrowth. And the way that Mary Christensen broke that down, we specifically asked her about hypergrowth within direct sales, of course, with the pandemic. And she said that honestly, all that COVID did, the pandemic or whatever, all that did was really escalate direct sales like 2 or 3 more years ahead of its time. And that's really how she's looking at it, because if we even think about it from like an outside source, my husband works in logistics, so a lot of my time is spent talking all about logistics. If we look at it that way, if you look around, the majority of everything that people do, whether or not they're buying Scentsy or not, happens to do with buying things online, right? Anybody else like Amazon? Yep. So we're consumers of online products. So hello, this is just catapulting the direct sales marketing business, what we do, ahead in the future. So I really think that that's a great perspective to have. So instead of thinking, oh, this might stop, or nobody wants to buy Scentsy, trust me, people still want to buy online. They do. And they really want to buy from people that they already know, or people that they feel influenced by, right? Or the people that they're feeling are really giving them value and content. That's really what it boils down to. I don't know about you guys, but one of the main reasons I love Amazon is because I can get something sometimes, most times, in 2 days, right? And it's pricing, pretty decent pricing, pretty comparable. So if you put that same perspective on with our business, well, we may not be able to do 2 day shipping, but we can guarantee that we can either have it to us and we can deliver it, or porch deliver it to our people directly, have it delivered to them if that's what they choose, or if they're too far away. And can we give them the best prices? Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. And we're going to go over that and how we can really utilize that and leverage that to our sales. Because at the end of the day, sales is really what all of our business revolves around. Like Mary Christensen said, that is our security blanket, is our own personal business. So you never stop working on your sales. You never start neglecting your own business. And you need to be having conversations consistently. Conversations can look like in person, on the phone, texting, online messages. You guys know the drill by now, right? So we can't stop having those things. And again, like I said, I'm guilty of it as well. There are times when I start to see my focus going the other way. And even Mary Christensen told us last night that as independent Scentsy consultants, we should be spending 80% of our time focused on our own personal business, 20% of our time focused on our team and helping them with their business. She even went a little bit further and said that even as superstar directors, that they should only be giving 50% of their energy to their team and the other 50% to their business itself. That is how important sales is. This doesn't stop just because we have the dream and the goal of becoming, if that is your goal, a superstar director, right? It's never going to stop. You're not going to get to that level. Tracy doesn't sit around all day going, wonder what I should watch on Netflix today. No, she doesn't do that. Trust me. She's always looking for how to have more sales, how to talk to her customers, working with Project Broadcast, looking for new ideas, right? So we never will stop doing what we're doing. And that's why it's so important. And that's why we're here to build these habits and really kind of build our foundation on a strong sales base. So I'm gonna give you guys the secret here. The 3 things to be successful in sales in this business. You ready? This is huge. You've never heard this before. Simplicity, generosity, and authenticity. Have you heard that before? Yeah, I know Ray has. We all have, right? It's Scentsy core values. And honestly, at the end of the day, this is how it kind of breaks down. Simplicity. Your job as an independent Scentsy consultant, no matter what your title is, no matter when you started, is that you sell things that smell good. That's what you do. How cool is that? How cool is that to tell people, hey, what do you do? Oh, I work in a corporate business office downtown. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I sell pretty things, things that make your house smell really good. Oh, people love that. People think that it has to be something huge and dynamic, and it doesn't. It's as simple as that. We just have to cut the fluff. And a lot of us, including myself, are very, very guilty of putting a lot of fluff in our business because we play the comparison game a lot. And even I am somebody who sits back and says, don't compare yourself to others. Don't do it. Even I find myself comparing myself to others. Trust me, we all do it. We're human. It's an emotion, right? It's okay to feel that way. We just can't live there. But we find ourselves seeing something shiny on Facebook or on Instagram or on Pinterest and going, how can I do that? Obviously, they're doing amazing things because they did it that way. How can I do it that way? And all of a sudden you become consumed with how somebody did their samples, or how somebody made up all these opportunity packets, or how somebody went to this fair and had this amazing display and it was so cool looking. We get tied up in the fluff because at the end of the day, what's our job? We sell things that smell nice. That's our job. That's it. So we have to really try to stop being perfect, try to stop duplicating. It's great to be inspired and to take someone's idea and make it your own. I fully encourage that 150%, right? That's why we share ideas and tips and how we're doing things. But we have to also be remembering that our business is not just because we're going to get great sales because our samples look so pretty this month. My sales were amazing because my samples were pretty. Did you believe that? No, no. My samples smell just like Tracy's, smell just like Kimber's, smell just like Ray's. All of our samples smell the same no matter how they come. Do our customers at the end of the day care what it looks like? Not really. I mean, everything is, we're visual human beings, right? But at the end of the day, they just want to try it. They want to smell it. And if they like it, they like it. So that's one of the things that we have to remember. We got to start cutting that fluff. It's great to do it, but don't live there. Don't spend a whole lot of time there because you'll get stuck. Perfection does not exist. And one of the things that came up with Mary Christensen last night was communication. People talk about how they have a little bit of stage fright, right? Either whether it's going online, going live, talking to people when they're out, things like that, right? Communication is really one of the best skills that we have in most things, right? But specifically in our business. And it's a really great time right now. Mary Christensen brought this up, that it was a very great time to utilize the fact that we are on social media so much right now because of the world. So that's when we should be fully taking advantage of working on improving our communication skills. So we have to think about, how are we communicating online? And also remembering that we are a business online. As much as we, share a lot of our lives and, oh, this crazy driver today, whatever happened, right? At the end of the day, when we're on social media, the majority of us here watching this, right, because we're involved, we're engaged in our business, we're using social media for our business. And so our communication skills need to be there. So this is that perfect time, like she said, to really perfect and put a lot of emphasis on how are we communicating. One of the best examples that she shared with us that I'm like, why did I never think of this? But of course, she's Mary Christensen. She's an angel from God, from like Australia, God, right? So like she even talks with the cool accent. But the thing is she shared with us to think of communication as a cooking show. I don't know about you guys, but I watch a lot of cooking shows, and I have over the many, many years. The way that she described it is this: when you're watching the Pioneer Woman or Rachel Ray or whoever it is on the cooking show, right? We can't smell how great the kitchen smells when she's cooking those meatballs. They look amazing, but I have no idea what they taste like, right? But she's telling me what they taste like. She's telling me what they smell like. She's telling me what it will look like on the plate. How big of a platter do I need? Oh, this is how I'm presenting it on the table. Look, it's Thanksgiving. Here's how I've laid everything out, right? We watch these cooking shows, and everybody in the world who's ever watched a cooking show has sat on their couch and gone, I want to cook like that. Oh my gosh, can we have that for dinner tomorrow? That looks amazing. And we've never even smelled it. We've never tasted it. Maybe we've never even heard of the dish, but we're all in. We're like making the grocery store list. We're writing it down. We're going to send the husband to the store because that's what I do anyway. Right? So we're all in on this dish and we have no idea anything really about it or if we're even going to like it, but they've described it so well that we want it. So maybe if we take some of those buzzwords, things that they're doing on the cooking show, and maybe try and pivot that into our business, in our communication with our business, right? Instead of just posting I don't even have a bar around me, but like holding up a bar, right? And posting, hey, you want this scent this month? It's on sale. Is anybody going to be like, oh, well, I got to have that now? Maybe, but probably not. But if you were to up your communication and maybe talk about what it smells like to you, what feelings or memories does it remind you of? Maybe it's an apple scent and your grandmother loved baking those apple pies, right? We know the drill. We work in a fragrance industry, so we have to start thinking of how we're communicating our products, especially when it comes online, because that's really going to help us with our sales. The next is generosity, right? We need to always be looking about how we can save our customers money. Always be looking for how we can save the money because that is how we serve our customers. One of those ways, and I'll give you the main two. The first one, y'all know it, bundle and save, right? Yeah, come on. So if you've ever had anybody say, hey, I'd like to buy 2 bars of that NFL scent. I really like that NFL scent. My husband loves that. I want 2 bars of that. Okay, bundle and save time. Bundle and save time. This is when the little light should be going off in your head. And you need to be aware of what those bundle and save options are, right? I think most of us, those are pretty easy, right? We can do a 3-pack of license bars or a 6-pack of license bars. Does he really like it? Trust me, he's going to want a 6-pack. So these are the things that we really need to be focusing on. So if you've got a catalog or even your website or the workstation, really work on making sure that you know those bundle and save deals inside and out. Being able to use that in a conversation online or in person is going to not only help save your customers money, but it's also going to help you in your sales, right? And again, we're not trying to get them to buy a 6-pack. I mean, of course we are, right? We're here to sell things. But at the end of the day, if you really are looking at it arrows out, it's, hey, I'm going to save you money because your husband is going to love that. And he's going to want to come back in like 3 weeks and he's going to want to buy 2 more bars of it. So you might as well just go ahead and buy a 6-pack now. Save yourself, right? 5 bars, get 1 free. So if you're able to utilize that and really point out to your customers what they're saving, then that's where you're going to get them. And that's what they're going to hear. They're not going to hear like the fragrance flower bundle. I don't know about you guys, but I am currently building up for our next big holiday, Mother's Day. Tracy was touching on that, right? And so I've started ordering fragrance flowers, right? And so fragrance flowers, if somebody wants to buy, their mother and maybe their mother-in-law fragrance flower, hey, buy 3, you're going to save money, right? Because if you buy 3, it's $45. You're saving money by buying an extra one. You might as well go ahead and buy an extra one. Maybe it's for yourself. Buy yourself a Mother's Day gift. So those will be the ways with the bundle and save that you can really have that generosity mindset. The second way with generosity mindset, what's another way that you can save your customers money? Everybody say it with me together. Scentsy Club. Yes, Scentsy Club. Okay. Scentsy Club. Hopefully you're talking about Scentsy Club. Do it in, again, working on your communication skills, right? Whether it's on your social media posts, whether it's in conversations, whether it's in your newsletter, that when we're done with this, I want you all to go to your workstation. Listen to Tracy, go to your workstation. It'll tell you right there on the home page. You don't have to click off of the dashboard. It'll say personalize your newsletter. Click there. Go ahead. Click it in. And then you're going to go there and you're going to talk about Scentsy Club. Because what do we have for things for Scentsy Club is all of our limited time or offer bars, right? Our Spirit of Montanui. Have you guys worn that? Oh my gosh, it's amazing. The Life's a Garden bundle. Okay, I am a lover of the apple parsley. I'm not gonna lie, it is literally in every warmer in my house today. That's how much I love it. I added it to a Scentsy Club because, hi, I'm an independent Scentsy consultant. I don't just get a discount because I'm a consultant. I buy my own products and I use host rewards too, right? I'm a consultant. It's a perk. So, but one of the things that I do is I buy things in a 3-pack or a 6-pack because that's how I save money. We want our customers to do the same thing. But with Scentsy Club, they can add those limited time offer scents to be able to get that always get my bar, right? And we know this, right? We all know this. And if you don't, you can look it up. But if you get to $30, you save 10%. Hello, customers get to save money just by ordering $30. They get to $60. They not only save the 10%, but they also get an item at half price, right? Which we all know, one of the main ones, Whiff Box, right? Getting that Whiff Box for only $15 is the steal in Scentsy Club, okay? Look at all the money that they're saving by getting that box at $15. So these are the ways that we can look to help with that. Another way of generosity, and I can't go talk about generosity without mentioning fundraisers because of course, fundraisers, right? Fundraisers. So they not only are giving back to whatever cause or organization that we're doing it for, but it's giving back hopefully maybe to your local communities, right? Look for ways that you can offer those fundraisers. These are going to be great ways for you to be able to help your sales. If you're having a slower sales month, start calling around and asking for fundraisers, asking for people to see if they're interested in doing a fundraiser with you. We have tons, literally tons of training material, not only in the Bliss group, but also on your workstation. Look it up on YouTube. There's lots of great videos on YouTube too, right? Talk to your sponsor or your upline if you need more help when you watch those, but fundraisers are the way to go. And a lot of local organizations, schools, teachers, right? These are all groups of people that could really use help right now. And so whether or not that's donating a portion of your commission, or whether or not that's doing a buddy drive for a local children's hospital or a clinic, right? These are ways that we can give back and also expand our sales and our circle at the same time. All right, authenticity. I have a tattooed on my wrist. You can't see it because it's upside down, but it says be you. Be you. At the end of the day, just be you. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. I know we see lots of great people on YouTube and we're like, oh my gosh, if I could be that person for one day. They always have it all together. Their business is so smooth. We don't know what it really looks like behind the scenes, but you're you, they're them. So we need to focus on ourselves and how we can do things like us, because if nobody else has told you today, you are amazing and you can do hard things. Maybe you haven't pushed yourself to do those things. Doesn't mean that tomorrow is not a brand new day, because it is. So you always have the choice. You are always in control of your own business and how you present yourself. So take control. If you need to stand up, and it's a proven scientific fact, I don't remember what the scientific facts are, but I know it's a scientific fact, that if you stand in the superhero pose for 5 minutes before you do something you're scared to do, you will internally feel empowered. It's so true. When I used to work at my corporate job, I would ride the stupid elevator that I hated because it was always broken. Walking up 7 flights of stairs, it's not my specialty, but I would, on the days that I would ride the elevator, nobody was in the elevator with me, I did that superhero pose all the way up to the 7th floor. Because sometimes you just need that empowerment boost. And it really does work. So if you're getting ready to go do that Facebook Live, or you're getting ready to go meet somebody to sniff testers, whatever it is that you're going to do that maybe you're just not quite comfortable about it, do that superhero pose. Do it. Even if it's for 60 seconds, do it. Trust me, you'll feel amazing. Be yourself though. Another thing with authenticity is to show up consistently. This is the one thing that I see and hear people do time and time and time again. And it's where they fall short is they're like, oh my gosh, well, I tried posting that on my page and I got crickets. Okay. I was just talking to my team members a little bit ago, some of my team members, and we were talking about, she was like, oh, I've tried something, but it didn't work for me. I didn't get any response on it. Do you know that when I started my YouTube channel in 2013, it was not amazing, trust me, by any means. And I did them live as Google Hangouts. That used to be a thing, Google Hangouts, where you could go live and it would automatically put it on YouTube. So it was really easy for me. But do you know that for like the first 6 months, and I did it every single Monday because I made a commitment to myself, I was going to do it every single Monday. I showed up. And do you know that nobody else showed up to watch? But did that stop me? No, I still showed up every Monday. I didn't care if anybody watched or not. And then lo and behold, I really found out that people were watching, which is shocking to me now because I'm like, I don't think I was saying anything great. But the point is, I continued to show up, not because people were watching, because they weren't at the time, trust me. Not because people were buying, they weren't at the time, trust me. Not because they were all joining my team, not at the time, trust me. But after a while, when they realized Jackie wasn't going anywhere, every Monday she pops up on my screen, right? Hello, I'm being consistent. And they're like, well, if I'm going to join this company, then I want to do it with somebody who's going to show up, right? So just because you may try something and you get crickets or nobody buys or it doesn't work for you, it doesn't mean you quit. It means you consistently work on it. And maybe that means making some little tweaks here or there. Maybe you post an image and it worked great for somebody else, right? I don't know how many times I've done whether it's the Easter picture or the Halloween pumpkins or whatever, right? Pick a pumpkin. I've done that for, I don't even know how many years. And let me tell you, it's actually worked for me a handful of times, but it has only worked a handful of times. And I've done it hundreds of times. So that doesn't mean that I'm not going to do it again, because you never know when you're going to hit that customer or when that customer is ready to purchase or when they're looking for that deal. You never know where that next team member is going to come from either. And again, trust me, it doesn't seem like it, but people are watching, customers and team members as well. And so you have to consistently show up. Another part with authenticity is to share pieces of your life or things that you're passionate about. What are things that wake you up in the morning? Is it your kids? Is it going to school? Is it maybe you've got a job that is very fulfilling and you absolutely love doing what you do? Gardening, you love to garden, right? Whatever it is, you have a passion within you that gets you up if you have to do that day, right? You're like, oh, I get to do this. I'm so excited today. This is going to be a great day. So what is it that gets you up? Start sharing pieces of your life, because the more people can relate to you, trust me, there's more people out there like you than you think. While we're not all exactly alike, we all have similar interests. Or if not, we can be like, oh, you really love dogs, I really love cats. And oh, we have that in common, right? So there's ways that you can build relationships just by sharing pieces of your life. You don't have to share your deep, dark secrets. Please don't do that. Nobody cares. Write those in your diary, but don't do it online. But the point is if you're sharing pieces of the things that you love, other people are going to find interest in that too. And they're going to be able to relate to you. And that makes you relatable. They like you, they know you, they trust you, you know the drill. Okay. Another thing that I see a lot, especially when it comes to sales, I'm guilty of it too, is saying, you guys, anybody want to buy a 6-pack of bars? Because I'm only $100 away from my goal this month. Oh, please help me. I've done it. Okay. I've done it. It's okay if you've done it. It's okay. But going forward, you don't want to put the perception of, oh my gosh, every time I turn around, or every 3 months or every 4 months, they're turning around saying they have this goal to meet. That seems like a really hard business. I thought she said that was easy. She doesn't seem like that's really easy over there, right? Remember, people are watching. Even though they may not have commented, they're still watching. And they're watching you to show up. They're watching to see, are you going to throw away the Scentsy business? Are you going to start selling something else next week? Are you going to, right? They're watching these things. So you don't want to give the impression to that customer or that maybe future team member out there that, yeah, you're going to have to get on and you're going to have to beg people. You're going to have to ask all your friends and family because trust me, you're going to have that goal you got to meet. Now, we all have goals and goals are good. We just don't want to put them out there like that, right? So we're going to work, like Mary Christensen said, on our communication, thinking like a cooking show and go, how can I reword this, right? We know what you need to do as your sponsors or leaders or fellow consultants, right? We are your family here. We're all going through the same thing. But if you figure out a different way to word that, then you're going to get much further with that. And you're not going to have people thinking that, oh my gosh, there's no way I could do that job because I'm certainly not going to get on and ask people to sell or buy stuff from me. I can't, no way, right? That's that gray cloud that starts to come in for direct sales. People are like, nope, done with that. And they're moving on. So LTOs, it's now becoming a 4-letter word. LTOs, if you don't like them, if they aren't working for you, if you have not had a positive experience with them, you do not have to do them or participate in them. Newsflash, you do not. Half of the time, and I will be completely honest because I usually am with most things, probably to a fault, I do not promote every single LTO that comes out. Simply because it triggers PTSD in me, right? So I remember back to the moments of, oh my gosh, I remember what a nightmare that place was when I had to put those orders in, right? So what do? I pick and choose personally the LTOs that I'm going to actually promote or that I think I have customers who are really going to be interested in them, right? Because I've built relationships. I've been working on my communication and consistently on my social media, having relationships and having conversations. So I know who likes Lady and the Tramp, right? Because we've either had a conversation or we shared a funny GIF about it and it was so funny. They're really going to want that one though. So that one is going to be one that I'm probably going to try. Maybe the other one that comes out is one that I'm like, nobody that I know of even likes that character. I don't know. I mean, I will post it by all means because that's my job, right? I sell things that smell pretty. So I am going to at least share it on my social media, but I'm not going to go 2 feet into the water and start pushing it on everybody because it's just not my style. Now, if somebody wants to buy it, awesome. I'm all for it. I will work hard for you. I will get that pre-order in for you. Don't you worry. If I want it, oh, trust me, I will be there on that pre-order. But newsflash, you do not have to participate in these if it gives you stress. Please don't. Please just don't. Don't give yourself stress that you don't need. This is a fun place. Scentsy our happy place. And so if we're here to have fun and to create this wonderful family and network that we have within Scentsy, then if that's something that's going to stress us out, I'll catch y'all tomorrow, right? So that's okay. And here's the other thing when it comes to LTOs, and again, because I've had some PTSD moments throughout the years, I learned during Tinselgeddon, if you don't know what Tinselgeddon was, trust me, you don't want to know. There were many tears shed that day. But in that process, I learned that I needed to start creating my own LTOs. I needed to look for ways that I could offer my customers something really special. So for a lot of us, especially like the Laura Canotes or Canote, I can never remember how she says her last name. We know Laura though, and her amazing subscription boxes, right? People who are able to do that, that's creating your own LTO, right? You're giving them an experience that they can't get from every other consultant. They can only get it from you because you're authentically you, you're going to be creative, you're going to do these things. It's really fun. It doesn't even have to be that creative though. Like I said, I'm already working on Mother's Day. I personally think when it comes to your own business in sales, you should always be thinking at least 2 holidays ahead at all times. Because for the simple fact of, yeah, Mother's Day is coming. What's a normal thing that people get their mothers for Mother's Day? Flowers. We have fragrance flowers, right? Now, don't tell all of Scentsy. because all the consultants will go buy the flowers. But if you want to create some of your own special things and make it an LTO, I only have 4, right? That's a limited time offer. Well, then I can buy 4 flowers and I can make up 4 little great gift baskets and have them all ready to go and sell them that way to my customers, because I know my customers either don't want to wrap presents or they have to ship it somewhere and they have no idea how UPS works, right? They don't have any clue how to get it to their mother-in-law in Florida. No idea. So I will take care of all of that for them. I can do all of that for them because I'm working on my communication and I'm looking for ways that I can benefit my customers and make life easier for them. So if the true LTOs from Scentsy are not your jam, look for ways that you can create special moments, and you can do it every single month. A lot of consultants that I see will do monthly themes, right? Usually it's around some sort of a holiday for that month. But every month their customers now know that they offer this theme thing, right? And maybe they only offer 10, right? You don't have to sit here and do hundreds of these things. Nobody's asking you to do that. I certainly would not unless you get to that point. And then if so, come back and share your secrets. But I personally, I do like maybe 5 to 6. I usually cap it off about there, usually because I'm buying in bundle and saves. That's why. So I usually will cap it off at about 6. Sometimes if it's a high demand thing, I might get a few more. That's fine. Or make something else. We have warmers with flowers on it. Did you know that? So why not make a bundle with a warmer with like the little lavender? Is this the lavender? I don't know, whatever that one is, right? Something like that. And a 3-pack of bars. That's also a bundle and save. Now, if you want to make it a personal special, of course, do that in one-on-one communication, right? But you can all day long offer this warmer and 3 bars of your choice, publicly post it at the bundle and save price. And that is within compliance. And it's also speaking to your customers who are out there going, what the heck do I get mom this year? I don't know what she likes. I guarantee you she will like something that smells pretty. Hey, I sell things that smell pretty. So if we keep these things in mind and we keep doing these things every single month, right? It's like that big hamster wheel. We don't get off the wheel. We keep going like this every single month, and your customer base is going to grow. Pretty soon, all of these things that you're putting into motion, this communication that you're having, the posts that you're doing on social media, how you're giving value, how you're saving customers money, all of these things are going to continue to go and go and go. And pretty soon, you're going to be getting active every month before you know it. You're going to be hitting 500 every month before you even realize it, and maybe even more. So, is anybody else willing to give any of that a try if it can help your sales? I am. All right. Well, that's what I have for tonight. I'm looking over the chat. Have I missed anything?
Actually, no. Lots of people just thanking you for your YouTube videos, because a lot of people do tune in. And I know, another great example that, we're not specifically talking about sponsoring, but Jackie has a ginormous team, and her team is very spread out. I mean, it's even international. And a lot of her sponsoring has come from people finding her on YouTube. So that's a side note, separate, of course, than what we were talking about specifically. But it's just important to know that, drawing people and making those connections with people can not only lead to sales, but it can lead to a really strong opportunity to sponsor. And like I said, in Jackie's case, she's got a very large team that's all over. Like, very few people are local to her. Most of her team is everywhere else but here. Or she lives like 2 blocks from me. I don't know, maybe 2 miles, but really close. My point is that just another side note I wanted to make note of, that putting yourself out there might make you uncomfortable. And like she said in the beginning, nobody was watching her, but you just need to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And eventually you will see results. So any questions for Jackie? I'm going to go back. Let's see. Oh, yay. Danielle's getting a new team member from Canada. That's so fun. Boy, our Canadian chain has grown quite a bit. We've got quite a few Canadians now. It's very exciting. So it's very good. Okay. And Carrie brought up a good point. Mother's Day is May 9th. So as far as getting your orders, keep that in mind that, you know, there's not a special cutoff date for Mother's Day. So you need to be responsible in placing your orders and give Scentsy 10 business days to get those orders to you, and or, you know, if they're being direct shipped. So keep that in mind too.
Oh,
So
I had one other idea that I forgot to share
yes.
because I
Oh,
did
please do. Please do.
write it down. I know a lot of you are getting, and some of you have perfected graphics. Amazing. But if you don't or haven't, that's okay. Canva is really easy and user friendly to use. But when we're talking about Mother's Day, I know a lot of us forget it, including myself. And I know this because Justin, my husband, just asked me the other day, does Scentsy do gift certificates? Okay, obviously I've missed the bus in talking about those, but here was a really great idea that I found was that, like Tracy had said originally, like contacting, right, like their significant others, or if people are looking for gifts, things like that. Don't forget that we do have gift certificates. And one way that I saw that people were making good use of that is they were doing gift certificates. And what they were doing is saying, hey, give me your mom's email or cell phone if mom's a texter. Most moms are probably more email maybe, but they were getting that information. And then that way for Mother's Day, they're sending them like a little graphic, and they've asked that person for a picture of their mom or their favorite picture or whatever, right? And made it into a graphic and put the dollar amount of the gift certificate and then their own little code or what have you, and say, you know, here, contact my Scentsy consultants and here's my gift to you. And you're delivering it to them for no money. That's the key point, right? So no mailing or buying a big package or anything like that, and just sending it electronically.
There was something I wanted to add on that, Jackie, that I've done that has been really successful is like if I'm doing a package that I'm going to deliver or something, I will offer, like, I have blank cards, and I will offer, like, when you go to like the florist and they deliver the cards, I put in a personal note from that person. So when they open it, they have something from that person with that kind of a personal touch.
Okay. Well, that was excellent. That was really, really good. So we had a couple things regarding Canva. I know some use the Photofy app. Canva, I prefer the desktop version just because I haven't found the app to be real friendly, but many of you guys use the app and do just fine. So you can check both of those out. Photofy, you do get a free trial as a consultant. So if you haven't done that, it's on the account tab of your workstation. So you can check that out there as well. And oh, they're updating the app. Okay, good to know for that. I know I hear many people talk about Over. I think that's a paid one though. PicMonkey and PicCollage, but I don't know. There's free Over. Okay, see, I don't know. I don't have any of those. So, but there's lots of different ones that you can make different images and flyers and such, and some great flyers groups too. So if you're like me and that's just not an area that you want to spend a lot of time learning to do, there's lots of great flyer groups that share flyers for Scentsy. And we do put a lot of those images in the albums in the Scented Bliss family group. So you can search there on a regular basis as well. So, okay, well, this was excellent. Thank you so much, Jackie, for your training tonight. It was fantastic, right on track, everything we needed to hear. I hope you guys will continue to work hard in April and make sure that you guys all get active and beyond. And I look forward to seeing you guys again soon and watching your month end well. So, night, everyone.